Good morning, everyone. How are you today? My name is Tam Nguyen. It is very great to be here for today after the lockdown. Dear teachers and friends, welcome to the English class, the end of the year celebration. And now, the start of the year of the celebration, I would like to introduce the president of Sicmaa, Mrs. Beha, and our teachers from the past year, Mr. Chữ Nguyen, Mrs. Jill McFarlane, Mrs. Susan Albert, Mr. John Kaisers, Mrs. Drusilla Gonsalves. Welcome to our class. Mrs. Claire O'Neill, MD.
Yeah,
Is it here?
I'm so sorry. The office just come. The lady from the office, the assistant, she said Claire just come back from Canberra, and then she been told she have to stay isolated and go and have a test because some of the people in the parliament house when they're sitting nearly a week. So she say a big apologize. Thank you.
And we have the other special guest is Mrs. Sim Tan. And now I would like to invite Mrs. Beha say a few words, please.
Thank you, a beautiful MC.
Thank you.
You know what? I just asked the class, whoever, Tam or Mỹ Dung or Big help me to be our MC at the Sicmaa AGM at Maxim Restaurant. Or Big Blue, no one said, no. Next year, when we celebrate 40 years, I need two ladies, okay, please. You can prepare from now on. Dear teachers, Mr. Chu, Mrs. Sim, and Mr. Chu's son, David.
Tony.
Oh, sorry. Poor, but I forgot. Sorry, Tony. And Mrs. Gonzalez, Drusilla, and Mrs. Suzanne. In Vietnamese, we didn't say the surname. We said Mrs. Suzanne, all right? Mrs. Jill, Mr. John, and all the students, and some of our lovely volunteers here. Vui, Van, and Kim An. We have a totally 10 volunteers, but they can't make it today. Maybe I will send home, me and I will send home some for other people. And special here today, we welcome Mr. Trent, Mr. Nguyen Trent. He's our one of the committee of management. And then Mrs. Ngọc Dinh. She's the Sicmaa public officer. She's a very lovely lady. And our photographer, he's a volunteer with Sicmaa a long time ago until now. And I always remember we have one more person. He's 95 years old now. Another photographer, Mr. Hoàng Lưu. He can't make it today. I always love him, and until now, I think that's hard for him to drive a car and come here. That is a problem. So that's not very nice, isn't it? We have to accept it. When we get older, we have to go to that stage again. Now, You know, yesterday, 2 days ago until now, I just prepared for my party, and I worry about too much in the room, but it's okay, isn't it? It's all right. It's all right. And I just put, outside a lot of chairs outside, set up the barbecue, and a tent. If some people coming, so have to sit under the tent. But I don't think we have too much people here today. So sitting in here, that's nice. And then this morning, thank you, Jill. She just want to cook the sausage, isn't it, Jill? And hamburger. Yeah. We already who clean up. Vic, you clean up the barbecue? Yeah. I already changed the gas bottle. We already bought 2 of them. But maybe you hose, you water, and some of the water just come inside the burner. So that's why when yesterday I already tested, it been perfect. But I think that's the running in and out. So I talked to Jill. Jill come over here to cook. And then Bit already cooked some vegetarian meal for you as well. Once more, thank you so much to all the teachers. As I always say, I'm working in the primary school for more than 35 years. So I know how much the teachers can earn from our school. But here, we don't pay. We don't pay for the teacher that much. Just a little bit for their mileage. They can pay the petrol, so they can come here. And then thank you very much for everything you done to our Sicmaa, for our students during the lockdown on and off. Oh my goodness, they use email, they use the send the exercise home by post, and more, and some of them like anh chữ, thầy chữ, and Jill and John still doing on Zoom. I think we done well. Maybe later on you give me a big clap, okay? You know what? During the lockdown, and I invite the big person in the education department from ACFI to John's class to show we still keep the English classes ongoing, and some students as well. So we have a credit for that. And also at the end of the year, you remember, if you attend the Sicmaa AGM, Ina the Jeremy, he's from the ACFI as well. I think some of you, especially John, know Robin. Robin is a big boss, but she couldn't make it. And Irene can't make it because due to her health, she can't have a vaccinated. So that's why Jeremy came. She came back to the department. He spread the word. He said, "Oh, never seen Sicmaa have any AGM, a big one like that." And I said, "No, that is on the average. Usually we have a 350. Due to lockdown, we only have a half of it." And he said he all see all the trainer, all the teachers, and some of the students. He very impressed. So that's why last week I got an email. I said we got the grant for next year. Because now these days, it's not easy here. It's not easy to get the funding. Special, some of the ethnic, we call ourselves the ethnic groups. They always encourage people to use the mainstream, go to AMES and something from the government. It's not funding for a small organization like us, but we still alive. It's okay. Thank you all the teachers. Yes, and another volunteer, we can't do without them. Usually they do a lot of things to help Sicmaa, and then we don't say thank you enough. But from the bottom of my heart, I said thank you for everything you've done to Sicmaa. Without you, we can't run the Sicmaa. I only wish one day, if you have someone, some people, some young one, please help me. One day, maybe 2 or 3 years time, I have to retire. I'm too old now. Okay? So please, if you know someone, and of course John, I will track John to be our advisor. And you know, Mer Mitchell, she already passed away. I love that lady very much. Now, in our report, when the end of the party today, if you want to, I give you some of our report. But more important is the Sicmaa calendar. Sicmaa calendar. Okay, if you haven't got one, please take it. I give to you. That is very creative, very nice, beautiful. A lot of work from Mrs. Bit and Mỹ Dung, and a lot of volunteer. They just created, and they put up beautiful photos on it. Thank you so much. So, may I take this opportunity to wish you all a lot of good luck, good health, and happiness always. And have a very lovely Merry Christmas, have a lovely break, and Happy New Year. And please come back to us next year. You are not allowed to live at Sicmaa until I die. Okay, and then, yeah, and thank you for all the people that bring the food here today to share with us. I cook some, and a lot of people cook some. And I asked Sim, that's my request, she make a beautiful Thai noodle. If you don't finish it, I take it home. My favorite. At school, every time we have a party, I always ask him to do that one. I don't want anyone. One more. That is the fish one.
Cambodian fish noodle.
Fish. What is the kind of fish?
The name of the fish.
The name of the fish. No.
But here I use sometimes black cat, sometimes barramundi.
Yes. Barramundi.
Yes.
That's very nice one. Okay, and then we already cooked some vegetable. I have one more. I didn't cook yet, but never mind. When we have some plums today, and I will cook it, and you take home. As I said, when we finish, please, I have plenty of container. Take it home. Okay? All right. Once more, thank you for everything. Thank you. And then let the MC finish her work first, and then I give to me some time when you finish, please.
Yes. Thank you very much, Ms. Beha. And now, I would like to invite teacher Mr. Chữ Nguyen to say something with us, please.
Đưa cái này lại đặt cho.
Nói không được dạ lắm.
Mình lấy ra có bị nóng không?
Nói dài.
David, you push back here, please.
Let me sit here, let me
đã được kéo là xuống đi.
Okay, I sit here, that's okay.
The microphone is
Short.
Too short. Yeah.
too short.
Must near the microphone.
And I forgot to say, I'm really touched when Mr. Chữ is here. We haven't seen him for a long time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So that's why the health is very important, isn't it?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I got a problem with my leg, not my act, with my leg. The accident happened in 2012, and I have to tell you that I have to confess to you my weakness. I cannot walk properly. My life is for the war, not for the peace time. I cannot adapt with the civilian life. Even in my family, I still have a conflict because I always have a nightmare. I'm fighting against the enemy for 25 years. I was in concentration camp for 7 years, and now I have to live my civilian life. In civilian life, I was ill-treated because the government don't recognize the things that we contribute. I changed into interest. I try to build up my new life with my wife here. We live together more than 35 years. With my fighting, I have 7 times wounded in the battlefield. The bullet is still in my chest here. What I will work for? My son here, he is a principal now. With 11 property, we cannot access any property, anything from the government. I'm a veteran, US veteran, and Australian veteran as well. So that's my life. I am very, very emotional when I sit here. Most of us, friends, my friend here, he is a veteran as well. As a veteran, we understand each other. I contribute a lot of things for the legacy, for the Australian veteran here. Mr. Beha already know very well about that. For the rest, for the remainder of my life, now I turn 82, I would like to contribute as much as possible before I pass away. I have only one thing I learned from Australia: honesty. With honesty I can survive, without honesty I cannot survive. Because I declare everything from the time I was engaged in military life until now. And the Australian civilian people ask me, how can you teach? I said that I was a teacher before I engaged in military life. Because in Vietnam, they despise me. They say that, you're a coward, you dare not go to the war. I said that I am a teacher. I can do anything I want to. I engaged in military life. For 25 years, I fighting in Vietnam. Until I got the 700 with the American. I was with the Americans, the 8th Division, the knockout, and I have a 5,000 hour of flying helicopter. I found out in the battlefield 3 times, helicopter, but I still survived with the ambassadors. I'm not showing here what I have done. I contribute very little to the war, but we failed. Why we failed, you already know very well. That's why I'm here. But today I would like to contribute as much as I could to integrate the immigration, the migrant like out here, to the Aussie society. I admire Australia not because they give me a lot, not only the rich country, but I like Australia because they are very human. They accept everything, even the opposite side. Can you imagine that in Veteran Association of Australia, they accept even the enemy? We have some Vietcong in our veteran now. Can you imagine that? We have 625 veteran Vietnamese integrated into all the veterans, but they still accept 2 Vietcong. But we still accept that. So, trying to integrate into the Aussie society is the aim. I would like to advise my compatriot Vietnamese into the Aussie society, because in the world, with my very narrow knowledge, I understand only one country we can survive and we can live is Australia.
Yes.
None of the country in the world can be compared with Australia. I was in Asian country, I was in the United States for 4 years. And I told them that I never settled in USA. And one of the colonel asked me, if you want to stay in American, I accept you. At that time I was captain, 1964. I said, I never settled down in America. They said, they asked me, why do you hate the American very much? I said that, no, I don't hate. I don't like the American way of life. You are not a free country. You are in a chaos country. Everybody have a gun and they can shoot any time. It's not a peaceful country. And when I was in a refugee camp, they asked me, you are not allowed to go to another country except America. I said that I fight for my life. I never live in American anymore. And I have to ask the High Commission of Refugees that I want to change from America to Australia. They say that you are the beggar, you have no right to choose the country to settle. I said that I fight for the end of my life. I never leave to America. And it took me about 9 months to fight against that. And after that, the commission said that, okay, you can go to Australia. Anybody sponsor you to Australia? I said, I have nobody in Australia, but I want to live in Australia. And the delegation of Australia said, we welcome you, even you don't have any sponsor. The Australian government accepts you from now on. And he catches the stamp and stamp on my ship. So that our family, and from that time, when I go to Australia, we start a new life. The life in Australia proved me that everybody have an opportunity to rebuild their life. And as a veteran, and now I'm a civilian, but I think that Australians deserve my choice. And I contribute as much as I could to build up a good community, a new community that's more than new, but they have the fighting spirit. And from myself, I have to thank Australia with honesty. Thank you very much.
Thank you, anh Chữ.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chu. And next is
Thank you.
Mrs. Jill McFarlane. Would you like to say some words, please?
Of course I would.
I'd just like to start by saying, yesterday in our last class, one of the activities we did was to talk about someone that we really admired, and Queen Elizabeth was one of them. David Attenborough was one. There was a very famous Vietnamese singer who I don't know the name of, but who did a lot of charity work, helped orphans and people in Vietnam, and there were a couple of others, but one of our students said their most admired person was Mr. Chu, for all of the things that he did, for all of the people, not only in Sicmaa, but for his attitude and his belief in honesty. So, Mr. Chu, you are much admired in our community. Thank you. And, well, I guess I'm probably here on behalf of the teachers, or we all, on behalf of all the teachers, to say, firstly, thank you all for coming today to help us celebrate our Christmas, and also to thank the students who have participated both this year and last year in very difficult circumstances, especially those perhaps who couldn't join our Zoom classes and were much more isolated, but who still did all of the lessons, communicated via email or by phone or text, and also to the students who did Zoom. We had 2 students who joined every week from Vietnam, and when daylight saving started, they were up joining us at 5:30 in the morning. So it certainly put pressure on us to produce some good lessons, or we hope we did. To the students in my class, and I think John had the same students, thank you very much for helping me learn how to do Zoom and helping me fix all of my mistakes and participating in all of the activities that we did. There was a lot of talking and a lot of laughing, and I think possibly the part that the students enjoyed the most was at the end, when there was a little bit of time left over and they could all talk amongst themselves and just catch up. So yes, thank you Bihar, for all the work you've done for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, you. Yes.
As Jill said, we have 2 lovely students from Vietnam to join the Zoom for us. I think one of them, what is the lady? He was here. He's in Australia, and he come back to Vietnam, and she's stuck there.
She's back.
She's back here yet? Not yet.
Liên Lê, friend of you.
Oh yeah.
Liên.
Yeah, we hope one day she can come back to Australia. And another one that is
With
My sister.
big sister.
No,
And I-
my sister.
Huh? My sister. And I think with the experience with the English perfect. I hope one day, and I wish, and one day she can, if she want to come to Australia to settle, I think with her English, I think she will pass that level. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And next is Susan Albert. Would you please come and share with us some words, please?
Okay, I have prepared a speech
page, but I'll try and remember it and be really quick. The few times where we have met this year has made me realise how much I just enjoy being here and having the lesson with you face to face. And we do learn, honestly. Don't think we just have fun. We do learn, but we have a lot of fun together, and it's so nice to see everybody and be together. However, we had to learn in different ways this year. So I did try to include work that was like about grammar and things like that to improve the students' English. But also I was looking every week for interesting news stories that were not about that subject, you know, the one that starts with COVID. So, and it was a bit of a challenge to find interesting stories that were not about that, but I think we managed it. We found quite a few times I sent messages about food, like for example the farmers at the moment in Australia have too many strawberries, too many mangoes, too many avocados. Another week I found a story about how Port Phillip Bay is full of, who can remember what those little creatures are called? Those spiky sea urchins. And so they're trying to farm them and sell them at the markets to get rid of them. Somebody went to Vietnam and saw all the star anise farms and now are trying to grow star anise in New South Wales. So that was interesting. I'm doing my best to eat lots of strawberries and avocados and mangoes, but I can't touch the sea urchins.
Beautiful.
Can't do that. Is there some here today? Yeah, so that's about it. There were a lot of stories about crocodiles this year. So I did write a little bit about that. There's lots and lots more crocodiles in Northern Australia than there used to be. But last week I found a new story about crocodiles, and I'm going to ask you. So a man in the Philippines had his birthday. He was 68, and he went to a park with his family for his birthday. And there was a pond of water, and in the pond was a concrete statue of a crocodile. So he got into the pond to take a selfie with his phone, and he was standing like this to take the photo. Who can guess what happened? Who can guess? Okay. The crocodile was not a concrete crocodile, it was a real crocodile. And it grabbed his arm. He had one arm up with his phone and the other arm down here. It grabbed his arm and pulled him down. It's okay. He did get away, but his family saw it. And so, if you see a concrete crocodile, stay away. So that's a good lesson. I thought it was a little bit, in a way, like life. Sometimes you think nothing can hurt you, and then suddenly it grabs you, which is a bit like the world has been the last couple of years. So anyway, I just want to wish everybody a better year in 2022. I know it's been hard, and I know many of you have been very far away from your families. So thank you for reading my lessons and doing the work. And Happy New Year for next year.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Teacher Suzanne Albert.
Interrupt one more thing. Now, Suzanne, you listen to this one.
The crocodile story?
No. About sea urchin.
Okay.
Now, you know
She got
what?
a lesson for that one.
You know what? In Japan, that's very expensive.
I know.
And
Yes.
when my mom and dad still alive in Vietnam, one year I just went back and I went to the tour from the Nha Trang. Nha Trang is a very big size, very beautiful.
It's my place.
Yeah, and then on the boat, they cook for us the sea urchin. But what they do, they cook the rice porridge. And they chop mushroom, a beautiful mushroom, and make a nice soup, and then with the sea urchin, they just put it in there, so it cooked. because some people they might don't like the raw one. One day I cook the cooked one. You try, okay?
I've seen them at the market in South Melbourne. The Japanese tourists buying
Yes,
them
yes,
and eating
yes,
them
yes,
raw,
yes,
like
yes,
breaking
yes,
it
yes,
open.
yes. On the boat they sell it. Each bowl it costs at that time really more than 20 or $30 each bowl. That's very expensive one. But the Japanese people, they ask for another bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, they love it there.
We can rest in
Thank you. And next, I would like to invite Mr. John Crisis to say something, please.
You talk for me. Anne's coming up to talk for me. Hello, Mark. Yeah. We have them both here. I'm big enough to have a voice that will carry to the back of the room. Firstly, we have two people in Vietnam on Zoom with us. So hello to Wyatt and Nan. I hope you can hear everything clearly. Certainly this year has been another interesting year. It's not easy teaching English via Zoom. As a teacher of many, many years, it's important to be able to see a face and to read people, to understand how they respond to things. And it's very hard to do that when you just have a flat screen in front of you. And I think the students find it just as hard to read me. I'm a fairly vocal person. I suppose I move a lot, and sitting in front of a computer, I just have to sit there. And I don't like this. I like to move around. I like to talk to people and animate people and have a conversation. So I don't find Zoom very easy, but I think we've had a lot of fun. Probably the main thing that we did this year, we seemed to spend a lot of time talking about holidays. Everybody is going on a holiday somewhere soon. Now, I think Van wants to go to Lorne at least once, but where else was Sydney? No, where was the last one you went?
I went to Sydney last 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago, so you've been somewhere recently. Vicky, I know, wants to go to Tasmania. She likes to camp out in the wilds. And I think Van's, hopefully she's going to go to Sydney. We spent a lot of time looking at Sydney. Yung, where was Yung going? Perth, that's right. Now, I'll join you. Because Perth is a beautiful city. If you go to Perth, there is a wonderful garden there. I think it's called King's Park. And it has a wonderful view of Perth City. So if you get to Perth, make sure you go there and sit on the grass and look at the city, because it's a beautiful sight. And Sang, where Geelong, oh that's right, we went to Geelong. Along the, how many people have been to Geelong? Yeah, like, you've seen the bollards along the beach?
Yes.
How many bollards are there? 103. Over 100. There are over 100 bollards. So if you've been to Geelong and seen 2 or 3, not enough. You need to go back and start at number 1. They all have numbers, 1, 2, 103. But it takes 2.5 hours to walk and to read all the signs. So we're all going on holidays. And my holiday that I told them about, I'm going to Broome and the Kimberley in May next year. Going to chase some crocodiles.
Oh.
Follow up with Suzanne. There is a place in the Kimberley. Oh, they have crocodiles all along the coast, but there is one place in the Kimberley with a statue of a crocodile. The crocodile is about 5 metres high at the mouth and about 16 metres long. It's a real statue. You can stand next to that one. But you don't go anywhere near the creeks or the rivers. It's too dangerous. I think we've had a lot of fun in 2000 and what are we up to? 21 and 20. But hopefully face-to-face in 2022 will be better. Right, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, have a great holiday.
Christmas if you celebrate it, whatever you do, but all go on a holiday somewhere in Victoria.
Thank you, Teacher John Kaiser. And the last one is Teacher Mrs. Drusilla Gonsalves.
I don't even know computer. No, I think I've got a big enough voice without the mic. I feel like the new person among all of you because I got to meet just a few of you for one lesson here at when Bay said to me, would you like to come and work at Sicmaa? And I said I would love to come and work at Sicmaa because I've heard so much about the place when I was teaching at Springvale Primary School. And to know people is one of the greatest gifts I think that we all have, so that we are able to share with each other, that we are able to communicate with each other, that we are able to listen and hear what each other is saying. Listening today, listening to all the different experiences different people have had. And Mr. Chu, I was impressed with what you said. I'm like you. I'm a migrant to this country. I have been here for over 45 years. And when I came here, I, like you, had to get to know people and get to know what Australia was like. And I have always appreciated being here in Australia. I think this country has given me and my family lots and lots of opportunities. And because of that, I am the person I am today, because I've got to meet so many different people from so many different cultures. And I think for me, meeting people from so many different cultures and getting to know everyone's background has really inspired me to do lots of things. And I am really grateful, even though we had COVID, I'm really grateful that I was given that opportunity by UB to come here and to work among you. And I said to someone today, I feel like I shouldn't even be here because I've only had one lesson. And I didn't even have people's phone numbers, or I didn't have anyone's address to be able to communicate with you during COVID. But I tried the emails, a few of you responded, and most said, we don't need any work, I think because Jill, you and Suzanne and John have been giving them so much work, so you kept them very busy. So thank you all very much for this opportunity to come here and be among you. And also, I would like to wish you all a very, very happy and safe. I know some of you celebrate Christmas, some of you don't. But I hope this month of December is a safe and prosperous one for everyone. And I hope you have a really safe holiday, the ones who are on holidays and the ones who are going on holidays. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for all teachers. And now, on behalf of the class, Mrs. Wang Yu would like to say some few words to Sicmaa and all teachers, please.
Wow. The whole laughing.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the English class, I would like to say thank you to all the teachers and the Sicmaa for the past few years. The lockdown of COVID-19 have made things very difficult, but commitment and flexibility of everyone have allowed class to continue online. At start, this would have been very difficult to most, but now it has become a norm and going above and beyond to support us I would like to personally thank Susan and Mr. Chu for sending me physical copy of the homework. I am very happy that we can get together in person for the end of year celebration and to also be able to experience and all the tradition with a barbecue. I look forward to 2022 with no more lockdown and face-to-face learning at Sicmaa. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and Love New Year. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, come on, you.
Excellent. Very
And now, our English class would like present a little present to our teacher and they are too. Thank you. Sam, do you
I have a present too. Thank you.
And now we will sing a Vietnamese song Về dưới mái nhà. Come back home together to celebrate for the Christmas and Happy New Year. of the class, I would like to say thank you very much to all teachers and Sicmaa, Mrs. Beha, for taking the time to attend our end year celebration. You have a very happy New Year and holiday and peaceful and prosperous New Year. We hope to see you all next year in February 2020. And now I would like to invite everyone to come. A group photo, please.
Maybe can I do my part first, and then when we finish, we do a group photo. Can I do that way, please? Yes. Another way, that's too late. Yes. Thank you. Now you have to promise next year you will be MC, okay? Now on behalf of Sicmaa, can I do the presentation for the certificate of appreciation now? I invite Mrs. Claire O'Neill.
Did someone say KFC?
Our MP come here, but she can't make it. And I just received $150 from the class. They want to contribute for the, just like a photocopy or something else for Sicmaa. So on behalf of Sicmaa, thank you so much for all your contributions. And now, can I please, on behalf of Sicmaa, thank you, Drusilla.
Go on. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Mr. Chữ, thank you. Yeah. And then, and Mrs. Sim, she always helping Mr. Chữ and always helping Sicmaa. Thank you, Chữ. Thank you so much, Jill. Thank you so much, Suzanne. Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you very much.
John, yes. That's my buddy. John, I already explained to you, John is my principal big boss. And he's a big boss to me as well. Very bossy, very bossy.
Now it's changed. You're the big boss now. You're very bossy.
And then Drusilla is our principal. She's my big boss as well. We're so lucky. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, our volunteers. Now, with the volunteer, you have a certificate and a little bit of token, a token from Sicmaa. Not much, but from our heart. Thank you. Kim Anh. Thank you, Kim Anh. Cảm ơn em nhiều lắm Vân. Dung. Thank you, Dung. You always in us and her husband as well. But I think her husband is not very well at the moment and he can be here with us. Vân. Thank you, Vui and her husband, Khan. Thank you, em. Thank you. Now, Thank you to. Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much for always supporting Sicmaa. He makes a lot of recording, a lot of video, so we can keep it later on, you know, just for the keeping as a treasure. Thank you, Em. Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Nguyen. Thank you, Mr. Nguyen. And thank you to his wife as well. And my public officer. Thank you so much. Thank you. Before she came here, and she just know, you know, usually at the end of the year, after the AGM, she have to report to the Consumer Affairs, the financial report, everything. So she's a accounting background, you know. We can't pay her accounting fee, so just only for the volunteer. Thank you, Ngọc. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you. Now, if you want to, we can have a photo taking now. Just stay where they are. I think that's okay. Okay. And then we enjoy our lunch.
No, now everyone face already. 1, 2, 3, one more. Yeah, smile. Yeah, one more. That's it.
Yes, please lead the way.
I made the gingerbreads today. You have to try one. I made it last night.
Thank you, Suzanne.
I hope it's not spicy. And
I don't mind. Start with the basic stuff.